Good morning. Thanks for joining us for the Ag Report. The Montana Renewables Calumet refinery in Great Falls is now producing 15,000 barrels per day, and next week they'll receive the first rail cars of camelina oil. Bruce Fleming with Montana Renewables says we can grow the crops here, but at this point the feedstock itself has to be imported. On Monday, they'll hold an event at the refinery to jumpstart the conversation to build a crush facility and other infrastructure to do all the processing here in Montana.
We're getting the first commercial quantity of camelina oil. That's a feedstock that we can use. We can use any kind of seed oils, mustard oil, soy, canola. But here's the kicker, though. None of that's produced in Montana. It's grown in Montana, but we don't have any crushers to speak of. So it goes out of state and then it comes back. And the vision here, and we want to start talking to people about this, is how about somebody ties this closer together? How about somebody sets up a crusher? We can have that in Montana. That builds further on the employment and the economy.
Well, this week, Senator Jon Tester pressed Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler on the agency's climate disclosure rule, asking if farmers and ranchers would be exempt from the onerous reporting requirements.
We've heard from not just you, but from many farmers and ranchers across this great land, from a lot of small and medium-sized enterprises who've said, look, we don't want to fill out the surveys, as you said. And so I've asked staff to really take a close look at those comments to make sure that we're only regulating the public companies and not somehow indirectly those private companies.
Well, thanks for starting your day with us. We'll see you back here for the markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought. There always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, but it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Welcome back to the Ag News, everybody. Well, USDA is projecting a big rebound in pulse crop production for Montana this year. That's with less acres seeded, so more of a result of more timely moisture. Lentil production estimated 9% higher, with average yields up 320 pounds from last year. Despite 15,000 less acres of peas seeded, production's up 27%. Chickpea harvested acres were down 10% this year, but production up a whopping 68% thanks to average yields increasing from 770 pounds an acre last year to 1310 this year. Well, cattle futures quickly retook the losses from the previous session and set contract highs for the second time this week. Help coming from improving cash trade, with live sales being clocked from 182 to 186, dressed 286 to 290. Strong demand for feeder cattle at Pays, upper 4-weight steers from $3 to $3.15, mid 5-weights $2.87 to $2.99, yearling heifers 8 to 10 higher with 750 to 850 pounders $2.32 to $2.50. At the Wyoming ram sale, 263 rams averaged $12.94 per head, up 26% from a year ago. The top lot, a Targhee ram, sold for $5,000. And a two-day rally was all the wheat market could sustain as contracts took a breather and slipped a little lower. Regardless of how cheap Russia's selling wheat for, there did seem to be some realization this week of how tight world wheat supplies are getting. Well, that's it for this morning's report. Enjoy your Friday.